like about yourself? The person that you're looking at right now. And what do you maybe think is something that isn't so great? As you take another look, what are your special gifts and talents? When you're looking at that special person, where have you been shown up in your life and been really great, made those loving connections? And where are you possibly shortchanging yourself?
Okay, be honest. How many of you cringed? You saw something less than what you hoped to see in the mirror? You said, I'm not pretty enough, I'm not handsome enough, I'm not chiseled, there's more wrinkles than I thought, I'm not smart enough. All those things that you think that you're not. I mean, so often when we look in the mirror, we're looking at the exterior. We're not looking deep inside to see those qualities about ourselves that are so endearing. And when Jennifer said, what parts of yourself are real, some of you probably looked down there and saw that rabbit and said, I have no idea what that's about, okay? Well, I'm really big on children's books. And those of you that have been to my house know I'm really big on rabbits. And the reason I'm big on rabbits is it all came back from this childhood book, The Velveteen Rabbit. And I just want to read you this one little part about it, about being real, that I think is so meaningful. The rabbit, of course, is feeling very insignificant in that room full of toys that have all the mechanics and the wind-up and the ticking and all the things that he feels he does not have. And so he consults with the skin horse, who's so wise and old, and he says, what is real? Asked the rabbit one day. Real isn't how you're made, said the skin horse. It's a thing that happens to you. When a child loves you for a long, long time, not just to play with, but really loves you, then you become real. Does it hurt? Asked the rabbit. Sometimes, said the skin horse, because he was always truthful. When you are real, though, you don't mind being hurt. Does it happen all at once, like being wound up, or just bit by bit? It doesn't happen all at once, the skin horse said. You become. It takes a long time. That's why it doesn't happen to people who break easily, or have sharp edges, or have to be carefully kept. Generally, by the time you are real, most of your hair has been loved off, and your eyes drop off, and you get loose and you go blind. And you lose your eyesight and you can't see anything. Come on, Cheryl. Generally, by the time you're real, most of your hair has been loved off, your eyes drop out, you get loose in the joints, you feel very shabby. If you ever feel like this? But these things don't really matter at all, because once you are real, you can't be ugly, except to people who don't understand. And I love that part. So that was the part about why the rabbit is here. It's about being real and loving who you are. One of the things about being real and accepting who you are and not feeling ugly or feeling like you look like everybody else, this is the idea of self-esteem. It's a huge, huge thing. And as I started doing self-esteem workshops with women, and I started doing them with mothers and daughters, but that age kept getting younger and younger and younger. The baggage that you see around here is part of that. I would work with girls, and it came down to even 8-year-olds who did not like who they were. And I would cry to hear the things they said about themselves. And though she wasn't 8, one of the wonderful, wonderful girls that I came in contact with and became very close to is Ashley Van Bogart. And she was kind enough to share with me her story about her struggle with self-esteem. And we became very close, and she has been gracious enough to say she would come and share her story with you, share with you what she read to me. Ashley Van.
I first had issues with low self-esteem in middle school, starting late sixth grade year. I was bullied in middle school. I was a late bloomer and didn't really look like my peers. I honestly looked like I belonged in fourth grade. I was teased about my looks, my hair color, my clothes, you name it. People who I thought were my friends turned out to be the ones starting most of the rumors and jokes. They basically used me. The teachers did take me under their wings, but never did anything about the bullying. It was tough getting through middle school. In high school, I finally caught up to my peers, and I had a best friend for the first time in my life. I was known as the sweet, quiet one. However, truth was, I was really just afraid to put myself out there. I was afraid of being judged and looking stupid and being made fun of. My poor self-esteem led me to the wrong kind of boys. I was led to them because they showed attention to me. My first serious relationship lasted about 7 years on and off and was very unhealthy. I couldn't see it, and when I did, I was too afraid to let the relationship end because I was sure nobody else would want me, and I was afraid of being alone. I was forced into doing things I wasn't ready for. I did it because I didn't want to be alone. He cheated on me more times than I can remember, but I always took him back for fear of being alone. I have been unhappy and confused throughout my life. I always felt like I was getting the short end of the stick. On top of my low self-esteem, I've had to deal with several medical issues, starting when I was. I've had kidney infections, kidney stones, and bladder infections that have all put me in the hospital. I've had to deal with depression, bipolar disorder, anxiety, and panic attacks. I also suffer from endometriosis as well as recurring migraines. Needless to say, all these medical issues did not make me feel any better about myself and only added to my low self-esteem. I graduated from high school in 2002 and attended Western Kentucky University for elementary education. While attending Western, I was diagnosed with a learning disability. This was a blow to me. I felt even more stupid and unworthy. However, I learned that I couldn't let that stop me, and I learned to use the tools available to me to help me succeed. I now attend the University of Louisville, continuing my studies. When I met my husband, Carl, things began to get better for me because I was with someone who loved me for me. I didn't have to be someone I wasn't. I was free to be myself with him. He always made me feel really good about myself and showed me the way that I had been thinking was untrue. Still today, I am known as the sweet, quiet one. It takes a long time for me to act myself around people. I don't like it, but I felt as if I was being judged and that people were talking negative about me. I feared that my friends really didn't like me and that they were just pretending to be my friends, as it was in middle school, even though they told me otherwise. I feared being wrong and was afraid of looking stupid. I wanted to start Empower because I didn't want others to go through the same things I've gone through. Nobody deserves to live life constantly thinking about how they are messing up and to fear people are negatively judging them. Not only do I want to help people with self-esteem issues, I want to try and stop it before it starts by doing workshops on bullying. I want to empower people to be true to themselves. I've learned that to have good self-esteem, I have to accept myself. I know who I want to be, and I'm finally on that road. Before, there was always a wall that stopped me from breaking free. I wanted to be able to hold my head up, speak up and out, and be free. I really just want to be able to let go. Since working on my business, I have felt more empowered and have been able to put myself out there and open up. Hence the name of the program, Empower. I want others to learn how to empower themselves and become who they truly want to be.
Jennifer knows, Ashley knows I'm really big on children's books, and the message is so powerful, good for us adults. And she was sharing with me the other morning over coffee a book that she reads with her students, and she said she would share it with us. I thought it just fit perfectly with what we're talking about tonight.
The book is Charlie the Caterpillar. It's by Dom DeLuise. And the caterpillar here, it starts out from when he's born. He's going out trying to make friends in the world. And as he goes to all the other animals, hey, can I play with you? Like, no, you can't play with us. He's like, well, why not? And he said, because you're an ugly caterpillar and we don't like ugly caterpillars. And they just send him on his way. And after several times, he starts to feel ugly.